Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Aman, Kiranmay, Kunal, Om, Piyush, Rakhal, Shantanu, and Yoti. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Very few participants have joined today, only 8. What's the reason? I have notified in the group already and asked them to join soon, but still there are very few participants. Okay, let's continue. Who are present today? We are going to discuss today about frequently asked interview questions. Okay, some important questions that you may face during interviews we are going to discuss, and I want to know your opinion. That means if you face these kind of questions, then how do you answer? Okay, we are going to discuss about the probable answers. You know, I can answer from my perspective, so you can also answer from your perspective, right? No one is wrong, but what will be the ideal answer we are going to discuss today? And I want to know opinion of all. Please share your thoughts. What do you think? How can I answer? Okay. So let's start. Here you can see some important questions with sample answers. Here the answers are written already, and I have provided uh, these. Yes, these file earlier, I think. But today we are going to discuss um, some new questions. Here you will find out the answers also. So, and if you have any queries regarding these questions and answers, if you want to answer in a different way, you can also say. But today we are going to discuss some other important questions and how can you answer the probable answers we are going to discuss. The first question is, how do you handle failure? If you face failure in your life, then how can you manage the situation? How will you see failure? I will ask one by one. Let's start with Yoti. Yoti is here. Yoti Rani Hasda. Yoti, tell me. Yoti, are you there? Okay. Yoti, tell me, how do you handle failure? Failure. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Very good. This is the key point. Very good. Now, anyone else? Yes. Key to success. Very good. Now, Kiranmay. Kiranmay is also there. Kiranmay, tell me, how do you handle failure? Kiranmay. Kiranmay Datta. What happened, Kiranmay? Yes. My question is, how do you handle failure? Mhm. Extra work. How can you relate extra work with failure? I don't get your point, Kiran May. Please explain. Okay. Okay. So, um, Yoti and Kiran May both have tried to give the answer. Okay, and I appreciate your effort that yes, you are trying. And as Yoti has said that failure, you have to learn from the failure and use it to be successful. Always we have to learn something from our failure. We all know that failure is the pillar of success. Why it is called? Because we should always learn from failure. Maybe we fail, it's very natural. All of us sometimes we have to face failure in our life, right? But we should have that spirit to overcome the failure, to accept the failure, learn from the failure, and use your experience to become successful. Whenever you will fail, you will learn something from your failure, and do not repeat the same mistake again from the next time, right? So you have to use your learnings, your experience, and it will be very helpful in the way of your success. It will help you a lot to become a successful person. Now you have to give the answer professionally, right? Because whenever you are going to face an interview, you have to give answer very precise, very clear, to the point, and confidently. So how can you give the answer? As I am telling you, like, you can say success and failures are part of our life, and I'm ready to accept the failure and learn from failure. I'm not swayed by success and not get demotivated by failure as well. I always learn something from my failure and use it to become a successful person. So you can answer in this way. You can you can modify your answer in your own way. But these are the key points you can cover. Like, don't get demotivated by the failure. Learn something from your failure. This is the main point. You have to cover this point. Otherwise, you can modify your answer in your own way. Okay. I will also provide the sample answers. Here we are discussing now, and I want to know your your viewpoint. What do you think regarding this type of questions? Your opinion and all. After that, I will definitely provide sample answers, because while giving answers you have to be very precise, clear, and confident, right? So here we are just discussing. I have provided already some interview questions with sample answers. Also, I will provide some more. But before that, we have to discuss. We should have a clear idea, right? Now, my next question is uh, Kunal is here. Kunal Kumar from Mechanical. Kunal, are you there? Kunal, my question is, how do you feel about constructive criticism? How do you feel about constructive criticism? When something. Yes, Kunal, say. Ha ha. Okay. Kunal, suppose someone is criticizing you. Criticism. Okay, okay. So suppose someone is criticizing you, then how will you react to those criticisms? Mm. Oh, so this is your viewpoint, right? Now, anyone else? Assis Kumar Pal. Assis, please share your views. How do you feel about constructive criticism? Assis Kumar Pal. Where is Assis? Assis, are you there? What happened, Assis? Okay, Honey is there. Honey Varti, yes. Honey, tell me, how do you feel about constructive criticism? Honey, are you there? So please share your view. How do you feel about constructive criticism? Raghuvans is there. Raghuvans, tell me, how do you feel about constructive criticism? Raghuvans, how do you feel about constructive? Yes, Raghuvans, can you hear? Yes, Raghuvans, you are audible. Huh. Raghu- Yes, Raghuvans, my question is, how do you feel about constructive criticism? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Now, Raghuvans and all of you present here, I want to tell you that, criticism is not always bad for us. Formative criticism or, constructive criticism is sometimes, motivates us to um, give our best. Like, constructive criticism is such which doesn't hurt you, which, it's a kind of feedback. Suppose you are doing something wrong, and if someone is telling you that the way of your walking is not good and you can improve your um, work in this way, this is not criticism, this is constructive criticism, right? It doesn't hurt you to any extent. It just about how you can improve, so it's a kind of feedback, right? So constructive criticism or formative criticism is not bad at all. Okay, constructive criticism is something which gives you feedback. So if you face constructive criticism, and I am telling you here, how do you feel about constructive criticism, not that kind of criticism which we regularly face in our daily life and all, we like something which hurt us. No, it's not like that. It's actually constructive criticism is giving feedback. So if the criticism is constructive, that means rational or yes, reasonable, then you can acknowledge. If someone is telling you that yes, what can I say, your way of thinking is wrong, and if they are logical, if they can prove it that the way of your thinking is wrong, and if they can prove, that means if they have strong points, right? If they have strong points, if they are rational, if they are logical, then acknowledge that maybe you are wrong. If they can prove logically, if their feedback is right, you acknowledge. No, never hesitate to acknowledge if they are logical, if they are what can I say, rational and reasonable. Okay, so try to acknowledge the feedback of others, and if you think that they are not right from your perspective, then obviously you have the right to speak out. Obviously you have the right, you can speak your own opinion, your own thoughts. But if they are logical, if they are rational and reasonable, then try to acknowledge their feedback also. Okay, so this is my point of view about constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is not bad. Criticism is not always hurting us. Sometimes it motivates also to give our best, to work better, right? So whenever, if you face at your workplace, if you face any kind of constructive criticism, try to acknowledge, try to listen to them, try to listen their feedback. If they criticize you, why? Is there any fault? Try to recognize. Okay, and if you think that you don't have any fault, Obviously, if you think that you don't have any fault, you have strong points, right? Then obviously you have to say, you have to prove your points that you are not wrong at all. But listen to their feedback always. Okay, so this is what about constructive criticism? Now, Rakhal is there. Rakhal Kisku from Civil. Rakhal, tell me. Rakhal, are you there? Rakhal, are you there? Those who are not responding, I will remove them. I'm telling you. And I have told you that again and again. Yes, I have told in the group also, in the class also, that class performance is very important. You have to participate in the class. You have marks for class, right? 25 marks you have, and this is communication skill lab class. We are not able to conduct offline class this time. We have to continue um, online classes, and I'm trying to develop your skill as much as possible through online mode. But all of you are not all of you, some of you are not interested at all to perform, to participate in the class. But I really don't know the reason why you are not interested. I never judge you. Maybe you are right, maybe you are wrong, but I just want that you all just try to participate. This is what I want. So all of you please participate in the class, say something. I'm not here to judge you, right? I'm just here to rectify the mistakes. We are just discussing here. You are also free to share your opinion. I am here just sharing my opinion. Now, Rakhal is not responding. Subham is there. Subham, Subham Kumar from Civil. Subham, are you there? Okay, very good. Now, Subham, tell me, are you an organized person? Are you an organized person? Okay, Subham, you can say yes, but why? You have to tell the reason also. If the interviewers ask you, are you an organized person? And if you just say yes, it's not the complete answer. You have to say the points also. Why are you an organized person? Say. Listen, all of you. In the interview board, you will not get time to think, right? You have to instantly give answer. So please prepare yourself in such a way so that you can answer instantly. Right? Are you an organized person? Self assessment is very important. All of you at first assess yourself. You should always be aware of your strengths and weaknesses. Whatever strengths you have, whatever weaknesses you have, you should aware of, right? So if they ask you about something like what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, or are you an organized person, And if you take time, it suggests that you are not, aware of yourself. Are you an organized person? It's very simple. You should know, right? Why are you an organized person? What happened, Subham? Well, let me explain. Organized person means that person who is able to execute all the tasks in an organized way. Now tell me, are you an organized person? Hmm. But never say no. At least if you face this kind of question in the interview board, never say no. It will definitely create a negative impression, right? Say yes. Say, always try to highlight your strength. Always try to highlight your strength. Oh, you're an organized person. Hmm. 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 Definitely. Huh. Huh. Highlight. Hmm. 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 वो- हाँ है, वही तो प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड को यूज करना है तुम्हें। तुम्हारा जो प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड है, वो इंस्टेंटली इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन को तुमको क्या करना पड़ेगा, फेस करना पड़ेगा एंड मैनेज करना पड़ेगा। सो ट्रिकी आंसर देना पड़ेगा। ऑर्गेनाइज्ड पर्सन, यू नो एट फर्स्ट, शुभम, जस्ट बिलीव दैट we all have different strengths. We all are unique person. It's, proven. It's, very true. I believe so, that we all have different talents, right? I have some different talents, you have some different talents. So just try to highlight whatever we have. We have some talents, maybe few, not so many talents, but few talents we have. So we have to highlight those talents. Now if they ask you, are you an organized person, you can't say no. You have to use your presence of mind and you have to answer in a tricky way. Even if you are not an organized person, you can't manage all the tasks in an organized way, but you have to answer in such a way so that it will not affect your possibility to get selected, right? So you have to create a positive image. And how can we create a positive image? By highlighting our strength. We all have some weaknesses, but we should not highlight. If they ask you what is your weakness, then also we have to answer in such a way like, we already discussed, but still I want to say that weaknesses, yes, weaknesses, like you can say, like you can say, suppose I believe people very easily. So this is actually a good quality, but here you are showing this quality as your weakness. I always believe people easily. So it's actually a good quality, right? Believing someone, very good quality, but here you are showing this quality as your weakness. So negative image you can't create. You have to create positive image, because uh, the competition is very tough. here I am telling you what to do and what not to do and all. But when you will face, practically interview and all, you will go through, obviously, you all will go through practical experiences how to face an interview. And all I want is just prepare yourself. Here we are discussing some probable questions. Maybe, um, not maybe, surely you have to face some other questions which are not easy to manage, but you have to manage instantly using your presence of mind. It's not that we are, whatever we are discussing here, these you have to face, sorry, you have to answer these questions only. No, we are just discussing here some probable questions. How to prepare yourself. Now you will obviously face some other questions also, and then you have to instantly use your presence of mind and you have to answer. And the main thing is just you have to create the positive image about you and highlighting your strength, whatever qualities you have. One, two, three, whatever. Very few talents, suppose you have, but you have to highlight those. If you are dedicated a person, if you are committed person to your work, then always highlight this quality. If you are an honest person, then you can highlight, and you have to highlight those qualities which are required for the position you are applying, right? Because you have to show that you are fit for the job. Why will they select you? Just think, there are so many candidates, then why will they select you? You have to prove that you have some different quality than others, right? Then only they will select you. So you have to create the positive image. Okay. Now, who can say, yes, Pikesh is there. Pikesh Kumar Singh. Now, Pikesh, tell me, are you an organized person? Pikesh, are you there? Pikesh, tell me, are you an organized person? Yes, Pikesh, are you an organized person? Organized means, okay, so yes, like, now explain. That means, you can say, yes, I am an organized person. You have to say some points also. Why do you consider yourself an organized person? Hmm. Hmm. No, this is not a quality of an organized person. Okay, let me tell you. You can say that, yes, I am an organized person because I can execute my task in proper time and proper manner. This is the main point. Okay, now you can modify your answer in your own way, but this is the main point. How whether you can do your assigned task in a proper time and proper manner, that means in an organized way. It's very important. They will, obviously, the recruiters will want to know whether you can execute all the assigned task in proper time and proper manner or not. And that's why they may ask you, are you an organized person, are you an hardworking person, what can you do? Yes. Hmm. Yes. Now, self organized person. Yes. Okay. So, because organized person, if they ask you, are you an organized person or why do you consider yourself an organized person? You can say, yes, I'm an organized person and I always execute my task in proper time and proper manner in an organized way. Okay. Now, move on to our next question. हाँ, किरण में already answered, right? अच्छा, ओके, कोई बात नहीं. किरण में, किरण में, are you there? किरण में, किरण में, are you there?